folks, guns, gear, and on-target training out here in Oregon. As you know, I've recently acquired the Beretta 1301 Tactical. It's a really impressive autoloading shotgun. My experience shooting shotguns in terms of autoloaders and combat shotguns has primarily been with my Mossberg 930 SPX. And I've shot the Mossberg for a number of years. When I posted the video on the Beretta, folks kept asking me, well, compare them. So that's what we did. We went to the range and recorded shooting both guns, both with birdshot, we did some with buckshot, and we did some with slugs. Both guns performed very well. Subjectively though, there was a difference in feeling, and I'd like to talk about that. My Mossberg here has been modified with a vertical foregrip, and that is to deal with my handicap so that when I mount the gun and I've got it, I can drive it back into my shoulder. Yes, ideally you want, in my mind, to have more of this, but because of my handicap, in other words, your non-dominant hand really grabbing the forend and driving it into your shoulder, I've had to adapt and overcome. So, what I really like about the Mossberg is the fact that we've got a 7-round magazine, one in the chamber, so that gives 8-round capacity. Yes, you can go one load as well, so you could have 9 technically, but I'm fine with 8. The Mossberg has a large bolt charging handle here, very easy to get to, and a very easy bolt release right up here. It also has the traditional Mossberg safety, of course, which is up here on top. And so if you're used to whatever gun you're running, right, with the Mossberg, safety off and up. What's there not to like? Well, this gun is so reliable, I love that. What I don't like is the length. The length of pull of this gun is just enough too long for me to be comfortable. It has a 14-inch length of pull. And again, for me, it is just a shade too long. You know, if I had 2 normal arms and maybe if I were 2 or 3 inches taller, it'd be fine. But I find myself really having to drive the gun out. And what often happens is it gets hung up on my clothing as I'm coming up. I'll get this type of issue. That's a training issue, yes, it's fine. I put thousands of rounds through this shotgun and it's been incredibly durable and reliable. Quick favor to ask, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Finally, if you think our content is valuable and worthwhile, please share it with your friends and family and invite them to subscribe as well. Thank you. We also have the fact that the Mossberg weighs more. It's 7.5 pounds. And we'll talk about the Beretta, but it's about 1 pound more than the Beretta. Now you'd say, well, that doesn't really matter. And it doesn't matter a lot. I can say that the Beretta is so light, it's just super fast handling, like just moving target to target, especially with my handicap. So that length of pull and the additional weight are really the only 2 knocks I have on the gun, but that's me, that's a subjective feeling. As far as shooting, durability, accuracy, like it's a great combat shotgun, it really, really is. We've safety checked here, nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber. So the Beretta, significantly lighter. Now you say 1 pound, does 1 pound really make that much difference? Yeah, it does. So we've got the Mossberg at 7.5 pounds and the Beretta at 6.4. That's noticeably different. And when you pick up the gun, it's noticeably different. The length of pull with the Beretta, though, is 13 inches. And I'm telling you, if you run your carbines with that stock set at maybe a 3 position, this will feel much better to you. It just, you come up, it's right there. Wow, it feels good. We have a few differences here in that we have this bolt release tab right here, which is big, and it's very easy to come up and hit that, versus the button. Now you can make a modification on the Mossberg, but I have to say right out of the box, that's preferable. This has a big charging handle, similar to, again, the Mossberg. It's large, but if you look down on it, it sort of has a cone shape, so it's a really natural movement to grab onto, and it for me, it works extremely, extremely well. You'll also note that the safety is cross-bolt here. And whatever you train with is good. Coming up to point, right, press the safety off. When you're done firing, you've got to come across and re-engage that safety. So good, bad, it's just a training issue, like whatever you're comfortable with. Both guns are super, and both are in my safe for home or personal protection. Shotguns, in many cases, people, I don't think, train with them enough, and they really don't understand them. Yes, a shotgun does have to be aimed if you're trying to hit targets, particularly in a defensive situation. As you can see, I've got cards on my shotgun, so Velcro, and then cards that allow me to simply, once I've extended those shells, to rip them off, throw another card right back on, and you're ready to go. So if you have 5, 6, 7 of these or whatever, you can stow them in pockets, right? You go ahead and you do your load, combat, sustain loads, and when you're done, you rip the tab off, grab another one right out of the pocket, come back in, slap that guy on, and you're back to point. You're back to running the gun. So in summary, I have to say that the Beretta, it just feels a little bit better to me. Now, I've not put, the couple thousand rounds through it yet that I put through the Mossberg, so we'll see how it performs over time. But candidly, I like the length of pull. I like the way the gun operates. It just feels right to me as I bring it to point. Like the safety, really the way in which the gun operates for me feels great. Am I getting rid of the Mossberg SPX? No, I'm not. Mossberg is a little more affordably priced, or at least it was when I bought it. I haven't checked them recently, but I think it's a couple $100 less, or maybe $300 less from what you pay for the Beretta. And I think for anyone who's got 2 good arms, doesn't have a handicap, like either one of these guns would work great. Well, folks, that's it. Appreciate you watching. Apologize for the length of this video. I thought that it would be helpful not only to speak to the different guns, but also to give you guys some examples from the range. Thanks so much for watching. Finally, and as always, stay safe.